Well, hello there everybody, Agrippa Maxenius here, coming at you with yet another video here in Hearts of Iron for KaiserReich. Now, there are a few things we're going to be doing differently here, and actually it's thanks to guys like Andreas Windham, who regularly make comments on this channel, often trying to make me make better decisions. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. And I think one thing for sure that I'm going to do is I'm going to trust Andreas in terms of basically being more of a defensive force instead of an offensive force like Germany was during World War II. Specifically because we already have a whole lot of land here, and really quite enough to basically keep things in check. We've even got East Prussia. So yes, I've already thanked you, but thanks a bunch. Great job. And here we go, guys. Okay, so we are continuing, of course, in the KaiserReich. Now, guys, I am keeping this at 2-speed. I asked some people in the last video if they prefer 3-speed or 2-speed, or essentially what you guys prefer, and you're going to have to answer me, obviously, to find out. Now, right now, what we're trying to do is obviously get that military or army experience up as quickly as possible, but that takes a while. Right now, I still have forces on the border of the Czech Republic, and I'm thinking I could select all of these guys over here and put them on the French border as well. But I'm not sure what happens if I have multiple armies on the French border. Nonetheless, we're going to select all, and we're going to try it and see what happens. I'm assuming that our men will probably not be able to hold the line because of the excess supplies, but that's just a guess. So we're going to go ahead and trust these damn Czechs, and hopefully they will keep their end of the bargain here as we continue forth. So I am going to go ahead and increase speed a little bit. Now, Poland, I believe, is part of our... oh, no, it's not. It's not part of our kingdom. Let's take a look here at Poland, see if they have any special friends. It's a regency council. As far as I can see, they don't have any diplomacy here. Of course, if I open the country list, I'm sure I'll discover that they have some sort of friend here, and probably a powerful one at that. But I'm going to let you guys decide whether or not we should attack. Obviously, the Third International here is the British communists in this case, and Poland is a possibility for something to take. We've got a bunch of allies over here to the east, and as long as the Polish are not friends with the Austrians, I'm thinking that maybe we can consider going ahead and trying to justify a war goal, essentially. But world tension needs to increase, and right now that's not the case. So let's go ahead. We're actually going at very, very fast speed here, just to get the game rolling, get the ball rolling, as it were. And for once, we actually have enough soldiers to man the army, which is pretty awesome. I am concerned about the communist threat over here from the Third International, and of course, if they decide to attack, that also probably means that the British are going to assist them, because they are part of the Third International as well. So we're going to go ahead and take a look here at no, we don't want to look at the supply areas map mode, just the army mode here, and kind of just keep our eyes on everything, essentially. Okay, we've got Denmark to the north. What's going on in Denmark? Okay, they have no faction whatsoever. I'm thinking we could improve relations and invite them to our faction, but again, world tension really needs to increase, and it's going to happen either by the French making a move or us making a move, I would assume. Of course, the Americans have had their own little wars going on, and it looks like we've got New England is now its own state over here, led by the Social Conservatives, and Percival P. Baxter, who unfortunately does not have a portrait. They could have put anything there, but I understand. Let's take a look over here, too, at the Pacific States of America. These are led by the market liberals, and definitely somebody we want to have on our side, well, particularly the United States over here. So I'm going to take a look here. I'd love to get them into our faction, but once again, there's just no chance. Minus 600 to get them in. It's not going to happen, and plenty of you guys know the KaiserReich system better than I do. So right now we're just trying to get that political power up. We are going at fast speed. I could start training some of these armies, so I'm going to select one. Oh, I didn't want to mix them together. Now, that's not at all what I wanted. We're going to have to fix that. That wasn't my intention at all. So, damn it. Boom. Pause this. I don't know how the hell that occurred. 22. Okay, we're going to have to split this army in two. We selected 22, and we're going to remove them. Yes. 22 divisions. And for them, we're going to create an entirely new army led by von Manstein. So that should be a lot better, and we'll also train these guys. The only reason I'm doing the training is to essentially get that army supply up. There we go, guys. We invested in IG Farben, the pharmaceutical company, and I'm going to jump over here and see if we can keep investing. I want to just build our country up to be an economic powerhouse. We're not exactly going for war, although the communists will more than likely try and find a reason to attack. So this will unlock Han and Mater, and this will unlock Krupp, which of course are advancements to our overall focus. But I am actually going to ban French organizations. We can't have this communist infiltration in our government. I like one thing that one of our users, I believe it's Denis Konstantinich, sorry if I mispronounced that, he said, "Forget the left, forget the Reich, for the KaiserReich." I like that a lot. Forget the right, forget the left, forget the right, for the KaiserReich. Essentially, we're not exactly going to be, highly politicized. We're just trying to keep our country afloat, and that's going to be important enough, I think, to continue. So here we go. Selecting a technology to research. We should start focusing on increasing our military, definitely field hospitals. It's going to be 176 days, but I'm hoping that that's going to be enough time to really improve things, and I'd love to get this Panzer II. It's 176 days away as well, and so they'll be completed in or around the same time period. Okay, here we go. Believes the Frenchies are afraid to attack us. It's quite funny. We've also got a bunch of ships here, a massive navy, as well as a few planes, which we are continuing to build. And we could probably even get some more dockyards over here. Alright, so I'm going to get some more heavy cruisers. I wouldn't mind a few more supply convoys, just for trade, etc. And now, of course, we've got an issue. Not only are we missing equipment, which is the motorized unit, we'll start building that, but we also need oil, as always. So we're going to go ahead, select oil, and what's wrong with the game? Is it Agrippa making the decisions poorly here, yeah? Yes, it is. Okay, so there we go. We're going to make sure that we get just enough and buy it from the Americans. And these seem more than happy to oblige. So now, of course, I'm going to go for motorized in terms of our actual production here. Okay, so... Nope, not armored vehicles. Okay, so we're going to get the Opel Blitz truck. Pretty nice little truck. It's going to take a while to get these factories going, but I don't think we'll need too many. Even 4 should suffice. I'm even going to get rid of one of these support equipment factories. Oh, can we not get rid of it? Fair enough, fair enough. We'll keep on going. So let's continue. Actually, it looks like our manpower is increasing slightly. Now, eventually with this political power, we'll probably invest in Krupp or one of these other companies over here for our motorized units. And for our research and production. And look at all of the different countries we can get, companies we can get. IG Farben, of course, like I said, the chemical producer. And synthetic resources research time minus 15%. I wish I knew what the hell synthetic resources were. I'm assuming it's stuff like clothing, guns, etc. I have no idea. I've always thought of synthetic fibers as stuff like polyester, etc. So that's all I know. It's the extent of my knowledge. Right now, so far, it looks like, in terms of political power, the DKP, the authoritarian Democrats, are still highly in control, and I'm liking these guys, because their main goal is to make Germany great again. Yeah, I know. And specifically to keep the Kaiser in power, and make sure that the country is stable. I'm hoping this is not like CK2 or EU4, where our leaders can die, because if it is, that's going to be a serious, serious problem. I also can't wait to see how the French react to us banning their organizations. Okay, we just got machine tools. Again, I want to keep improving this over here. 575 days, that's way too long. Let's do construction too. Okay, guys, here we go. Hans von Sick dies. Our Chief of General Staff, Hans von Sick, has died today in Berlin. Oh, my goodness. Well, that answered my question about leaders dying. The hero of the intervention in China passed away peacefully in his sleep. Our nation is mourning the loss of a true hero. So we do have a state funeral. Let's hope that the French don't try and bomb it or do something even worse. We know that they're capable of just about anything. But hopefully they have the same idea we do, which is to let bygones be bygones and just try and let us run our damn country without their intervention. I'm actually curious to see how the Spanish feel about us. Oh my goodness. Okay, so a state funeral has been given for Hans von Sicht. All important dignitaries were in attendance. Afterward, the chief of the army, August von Mackensen, could be seen whispering something to the Kaiser. Wow, so August von Mackensen has left, and I hope that that doesn't mean that he's going to consider joining the Reds, or maybe he's just tired and wants to retire. That's understood and understandable, but definitely something we need to keep our eyes on. Okay, I see a lot of movement there on the French border, and we do need to keep our eyes open. Okay, so he has retired, and it might be time to reform our military. The Field Marshal is already 86 years old. Yeah, that's quite old, and I do agree that it probably is time to reform the military, which we've been trying to do this entire time, but it's going to take a while. And as you can see, in terms of our Army experience, it's taking forever to raise that. That's what we use to improve the units, give them, things like motorized devices, artillery pieces. So hopefully we're going to improve that very, very soon. We are about to ban French organizations, and I'm sure that's going to piss the French off quite a bit. Okay, this is all going to take way too long. Let's pause here. First things first, I want to go here, and I want to focus on electronic engineering. Okay, so question of French-speaking minorities in the German Empire. French-speaking minorities in our western bordered regions was always considered as a liability, since their loyalty to our state was always in question. This is considered especially true now with increasingly belligerent Commune of France rising from the ashes on our western borders. Reactionary, nationalist, and militarist groups want to enforce a bill that increases military and police control in Wallonia and Lorraine to effectively enforce public order, while liberal ones think that such drastic steps are not necessary to ensure security in the border regions. Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I absolutely want to improve that security, so I'm increasing it. We are going to lose political power, but apparently we're going to increase our base national unity, which I think is pretty good, obviously. I think right now it's 90%, but hey, increasing it even more is always good. So let's do that, of course. Try and get as much loyalty for the Kaiser as possible. And now we want to do another national focus. So what's this? Not sure I want to focus on that yet. What about aid our allies? If we want to preserve our hegemony, we must ensure our allies and protectorates throughout the world are strong and loyal. Let us invest in puppets and colonies. It's going to add a building slot and a civilian factory. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. Unless we can do something better than that, which I don't really believe we can. So I think aiding our allies is probably a good idea. We could even get a treaty with Ireland, who, of course, right now, and this is extremely interesting, the IRA has taken over the country, led by their leader, Michael Collins, I believe. Yep, I was right, and which is kind of cool. And, of course, they're not communists. So in this case, England is communist, and it looks like they've got a new leader here, Annie Kenny, of the Union of Britain. And if we can maybe help the Irish, maybe we can even help them defeat the damn communists, the damn Reds in England. It would be a hell of a goal, but one that if we can achieve would certainly make our lives or our jobs a lot safer. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, share. You know what to do. If you feel so inclined, feel free to send some money to agrippa@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Take care and have an awesome, awesome day.